I'd love some coffee.
How do you take it?
Black is my first husband's heart. Fancy, you got your own mugs.
You guys don't have any?
Kind of.
The big question hanging over Special Ops Lioness Season 3 is whether Laysla De Oliveira will make it through this time. There's a lot of buzz about the third season, but based on what star Zoe Saldana has said, it definitely sounds like there's an intention to keep the story going. So, here we are, more chatter about what's next. The future of Lioness is a bit uncertain. The Taylor Sheridan series starring Zoe Saldana and Nicole Kidman originally aimed to follow a special CIA unit with undercover female operatives. Season 2 took some detours from that premise, though Sheridan's unique storytelling style continues to capture viewers. Over 12.4 million tuned in for the Lioness Season 2 premiere, according to The Wrap. It's hard to say how many will stick around for the finale. Season 2 took the Lioness team on a wild ride, from Mexican cartels to the kidnapping of a U.S. congresswoman, child trafficking rings, and even China's invasion plans for Taiwan. If Paramount renews the series for a third season, I can only imagine what crazy, multi-layered conspiracy the show will dream up next. A random stolen bicycle could turn into Russians smuggling nuclear codes across the North Korean demilitarized zone in the blink of an eye. Knowing Lioness, it probably will. Speaking with Vanity Fair, when asked why she felt she had time now to star in Lioness, Saldana said, "I wish it was the fact that I had room in my life. I signed up for 3 seasons at least, so there's a sort of contractual obligation to fulfill, but Lioness isn't the only thing on my plate. Lioness has been a journey that's given me the chance to collaborate with a different type of filmmaker. Taylor Sheridan is like this cowboy who lives off the grid, and that's definitely intriguing. You either get the rhythm of his writing and the themes he always explores, or you don't." The fact that Saldana signed up for 3 seasons at least isn't surprising, as that's often the case for actors in series meant to run long-term. It definitely suggests the intention for at least one more season to be made. So far, Lioness has seen a relatively quick turnaround compared to many big-budget, star-studded streaming shows, with Season 2 arriving just 15 months after Season 1. Here's hoping the team can keep up this pace, which could mean Season 3 could arrive as soon as late 2025 or early 2026. We don't yet know which cast members would return for a third season if the show is renewed, but given that Zoe Saldana signed on for 3 seasons, we'd certainly expect to see her back as Jo. It also seems likely that the likes of Laysla De Oliveira and Genesis Rodriguez would return, along with other stars like Nicole Kidman, Morgan Freeman, and Michael Kelly. Watching the ending sequence again, Jo didn't actually do much there. She just put more lives in danger. What was she really thinking? In the previous episode, Byron had asked her to stay on base, but she doesn't seem like someone who follows orders, or maybe she's just gotten into the habit of breaking rules. I really believe that Jo isn't suited for this job anymore. When you're an agent for the most powerful country in the world, you can't let your emotions lead the way. Throughout Season 2, Jo's reckless decision-making only suggests it's a good time for her to step down and spend time with her family, who also want her to stay home and not put everyone's lives, including her own, in danger. In a real-world scenario, Byron would have suspended Jo long ago, and her constant returns only show how illogical the show has become. The same goes for Mullins, who seemed too proud of his achievements when in reality he didn't earn a victory here. When things went south, all he did was call the president. I think the president might take strict action against Mullins for withholding such critical intel and for executing such a controversial operation on enemy soil. Well, Mullins was already in a mood to take the fall, so he'd likely resign himself. And last but not least, what happened to those Chinese agents who stole nuclear intel from the US? In Season 2's ending, Josephina struck their convoy with missiles, but are they really dead? They were in an armored truck and we didn't see any dead bodies, right? Or did I miss something? The entire climax was so chaotic and rushed that I'm not sure what they were trying to achieve. And if these Chinese agents are still alive, it wouldn't be wrong to assume that the mission was a failure. Ambassador Feng had called Mullins, but he wanted them to keep waiting. I guess the underlying theme of the show is how arrogance can sometimes be misunderstood as heroism, not the other way around. Just like the previous 2 seasons, it's likely that the 3rd installment of Lioness will follow a completely new mission with the recurring characters, including those introduced in Season 2. Josephina and Cruz's relationship might develop further in Season 3, and other characters like Joe and Mullins might face the consequences of their actions. Other than that, there's going to be a completely different story, and it'll be interesting to see which country the showrunners choose next time around for their agent's outing. No one else in the cast has spoken about their future with the series just yet. Deadline revealed last month that Genesis Rodriguez is joining the 3rd season of Netflix's The Night Agent, but there's nothing stopping her from appearing on both shows. The bigger question is, will big names like Morgan Freeman and Nicole Kidman continue to appear in the series? To my knowledge, Kidman has never stayed on a television series longer than 2 seasons, unless we do see Big Little Lies Season 3 after all. Lioness's 3rd outing could look entirely different once we return. Many fans have speculated that Cruz might take over the program at the end of Season 2 so that Joe can spend more time with her family. That's still a possibility. It may just take one more season before she's ready. The sophomore outing sets the stage for the show's future. A new threat has arrived, one that not only challenges Joe's leadership, but also strains her already tenuous relationship with her CIA handlers. This dynamic is likely to carry into Season 3, as each new mission pushes Joe further away from her vision of what the Lioness program should be. If things go wrong with her second recruit, it could drive her out of the program for good. This framework could be the key to keeping the show engaging. Shows like Lioness need some sort of formulaic structure to maintain continuity from season to season. Each new season could introduce a fresh threat for the team to tackle while delving into the political underpinnings of the program. Lioness Season 3 may still be up in the air, but there are countless directions the series could take. It's possible that a team could split up in Season 3. Given the tensions and challenges they've faced in the previous seasons, the dynamics between the characters could shift significantly. If Joe's leadership is further tested, or if her relationships with her CIA handlers continue to deteriorate, it could lead to a divide within the team. The pressures of new threats and personal conflicts might force some characters to question their place in the program or even go their separate ways. This sort of team shakeup could add new layers of drama and tension to the series. And that's that for today's video. If you think we haven't shared everything we know, hit that subscribe button and bring that notification bell down. Don't forget to leave a comment down below. Do all these things to stay in the loop, and we'll show up next time with more updates on what's coming in the world of movies and your favorite shows. We'll see you in the next one.